Do you remember the sniffer? Isn't the sniffer so horrible? Don't you remember beta? Look at all these innovative features.
Can I turn the brightness any higher?
No.
No?
Pre-Microsoft Mojang would have never added anything as useless as the sniffer, which only had like 1 drop. All he did was add the bat, which had 0 drops at all. Oh, and provide us the famous progression of leather to gold, to iron, to diamond. The progression that doesn't work, because 2 of those tiers aren't obtainable unless you play the game in a backwards way that just doesn't make any sense. AMA, I'm the guy who kills 15 cows instead of using a pickaxe and mining iron, which you get in the first, 30 seconds of the game. Who would do this? Better question, why, after years and years of opportunities, has this not changed? The game can be beaten in minutes. Do you know why games like The Legend of Zelda can be beaten in minutes? Well, typically they run into a wall for exactly 12 seconds, and they double jump onto a platform, which teleports them to the end of the game. And for some reason, Minecraft is able to beat that speed without even a single exploit being utilized. A sandbox game, by the way. Sandbox game. I'm gonna let Nora explain the rest of this bit because I think he can say it better than I can.
Oh fuck. Take a look at Terraria, seen as the sister game, or Minecraft 2D. That game has developed its own identity, engaging gameplay with many combat styles, bosses, and also proper and skippable progression that's actually rewarding. I would not compare it to Minecraft at this point. It actually did something completely original, with its concept making it a sandbox RPG game thing? I guess that's what I would call it. While Minecraft it used to try being an RPG, you know. Nord was a big fan of roguelikes and RPGs, then it tried to be a survival game, or something. At this point, Minecraft is too scared to change anything beyond adding endless gimmicks that you engage once with and drop as they have little to any utility. But my baby mod, bro, my golden flower, bro. Spare me. I'll give them that. Mace was a good ad. Either way, it feels very unfocused. You can tell they had no idea what the hell they were doing. Look at how rushed 1.0 was.
In their trailer, they say the game can be anything you want, and yet it can't be a game that takes more than like a picosecond to beat. But the game is all about whatever you want it to be. It could be anything. It could be a fun game. What if you like building? We love building. That's why they added diorite. Yeah, diorite. We love diorite. It looks like a real rock. I can think of all the use cases for this, can you? Another great indicator of a building game is that the graphics look horrible, just truly terrible. I don't know any other game where the updates made the game look worse over time, but they did. They did. And if you want to see your 1,000 block giga skyscraper from more than a couple feet away, well, you're out of luck. However, I'm not skilled enough with the technical aspects, the LODs, it's called LODs? I don't know. Whatever, I love these. LODs. It's a city in Poland. However, I'm not skilled with the technical bits beyond my unbridled rage for them, but you know who is.
I sure hope nobody will mind the mob AI being completely retarded. Your mob AI sucks, Nick!
Keep in mind that ever since the game came out, the limiting factor was never actually the art style, it was the technical complexity and lack of resources on how to make a game engine, which led to not developing the fixed pipeline OpenGL spaghetti that older Minecraft is. I am almost convinced, looking at older models of the Beast Boy and whatnot, that the advanced art style was abandoned because of technical limitations. In the early days, that's fine, but this game ran and handled like garbage until recently. Minecraft had shit ton of money, but only got modern OpenGL around 1.18? What? By this time, I was legally able to drink and drive. I know. You can say that I am LARPing, but I've seen people with smaller teams, or even solo, make more coherent technical choices, and Mojang was a team, not a single guy in early 20s. One of Minecraft's appeals was large, dreamlike world where everything is possible, so instead of it, the first thing you see is its limitations. That's unless you turn to the modders who have autistically engineered solutions such as Angelica, Sodium, Swansong, Distant Horizons, Farplane, I could go on. Oh, right. Every time Mojang tries to update the technical side, the community copes about lack of content. So every time they try to do a large, innovative content update, people sigh out over new features while people like me cope about the great performance. I really fail to understand what people see in the betas. I remember seeing playthroughs of it on YouTube back when I was 8 or something, but most of the fun I had was actually watching machinimas. When I finally started playing Minecraft on cracked around 1.3 and 1.4, then later when I bought 1.6.4 and beyond, I found myself immersed in the early server space, Skyblock, factions, minigames, like Bed Wars or SSG. I completely overlooked survival, as when I played it, something felt off. It was not a challenge. You could only engage in the broken game loop for so long. Even since then, I treated this game as a platform for others to make better experiences. Hell, I'm one of those creators now. I do wonder when the beta LARPers actually play the game, cause really, as an adult coming back to it, it feels like I am playing a tech demo, which it is. It is a tech demo. I don't blame you for disliking the direction of modern Minecraft, but we cannot act like it used to be better, cause by better you refer to the concept of the game, before it became more than a simple funding pitch. You long for what Minecraft could have been, not what it was. Oh, right. Let's not forget the PvP meta of becoming a walking tank and engaging in drawn-out pool noodle slapping competitions, broken by people eating truckloads of apples, then to come back slapping each other for another 10 minutes or so. CS2 has a better game loop than that. What about the end? You know, the final boss battle? The floating blob in space with big black rods sticking out? They had potential to make something intriguing, but nope. I remember everyone hyping up 1.9 as a solution to the end's issues, yet what we've got was even more desolate wastelands, broken by occasional tower with obsolete diamonds and iron gear, discount backpacks, and flight cape. Oh, right, also shit nobody cares about plant that teleports you. I am a bit facetious here, yes, but really, out of all the things that were provided there, we've got Elytra, which is great at devaluing every other form of transport, have zero value now, as you're always incentivized to 187 the dragon of IKEA furniture, and it's arguably easier to lack out than mining metric tons of resources to set up a rail line. Furthest Minecraft anyone? Shulker boxes will possibly the best addition in practice, as Minecraft's archaic inventory system has been in need of fixing for ages now. Yes, fixing, not adding endgame item as a band-aid. They do know for sure that there is an issue. I mean, look at their recent addition of bundles. Then again, they feel like a patch over an outdated system, which made sense when the game just added hunger. In conclusion, Warfactory won, Super Obama lost, not just fat, Minecraft sucks because it has no GregTech in it.
Minecraft is one of those few games which sees rock bottom and decides to defy it. It went lower than bedrock. Lower than bedrock. Caves and cliffs went lower than bedrock. Lower than the nether. Look at all those diamonds. You ever watched a dream manhunt before? Getting an entire set of diamond gear in 5 minutes is normal. This is normal. Normal game design, by the way. And why don't we talk about the nether? We love the nether. The nether had nothing in it for the first decade of the game. Don't worry though, it still has more content than deserts. Or oceans for the first 90% of the game's existence. And what I'm trying to get across, in an excessively smug way, is that Minecraft is fundamentally flawed, and this pottering over how beta is mechanically better ignores the fact that Modern's basis is beta. There's no fundamental difference between the two. You see, Mojang sort of has a BlackRock thing going on. They own a skyscraper in New York, and they made the shocking design decision to make the foundation of their skyscraper a bunch of Laffy Taffy. Maybe they based this decision off the fact that mobs can do no meaningful damage to bases, and the one situation where they can, that of creepers, was said by both Notch and Jeb to have been a mistake.
If you would follow the rules that we have today, we would probably not add the creeper.
Plus, they have the object permanence of a baby, mine down 2 blocks, and as far as practicality goes, you never existed to the creeper, and the creeper never existed to you. Not to mention the fact that this implies that the only reason why it's in the game is because it's intrinsically tied to Minecraft symbolism. This really goes for every mob, and of course the combat system, which had a chance of being overhauled, simply disappeared into Mojang's bureaucracy. Even making the combat slightly more playable split the player base in 2. Now, speaking from my position as a guy narrating this, I have carpal tunnel. Mojang, what was I meant to do? Now they changed it, but of course they had to kill combos in the process. That's their only overhaul of the game, by the way, except for the adventure update, which made the game's design direction utterly schizophrenic, and despite the benefits, totally destroyed the game's terrain generation for no reason. Prepared for 500 years, of the game being 90% ocean, and the other 10%, and even the supposed mountains being debatably mountainous. Why? It doesn't make any sense at all. Then there's a joke that was, and to an extent still is, enchants. There are video essays and explanations that do a much better job of explaining this, but enchants were once unbearably grindy.
Knockback 2. And the best part is you can't add enchantments to it afterwards. It's just that's that. And it's oh, what if I want get a enchantment of a bunch of animals did exist back then, right? This was
No.
No way.
Not yet.
Wait, so
You can't do that either.
so that'll be that. That's just it. It's you got a terrible enchantment on your diamond sword you spent hours on, and it's just that's that.
Yep, nothing more you can do.
That's terrible.
They would require levels upon levels just to get what you wanted. They're now at least better in this respect, but with their fixing, Mojang of course brought upon a new issue. Mending. Mending essentially destroys the need to acquire new resources. Once you have it on your netherite pickaxe, you may never even need to glance upon ancient debris ever again, practically speaking. Your resource gathering in the form of mining is, from that point forward, typically totally voluntary, and unrelated to the progression of the game. Thus, progression is further shafted. Now, the process of how you get mending actually leads into another problem. You see, Minecraft prides itself on being a friendly, woke game that everyone can love. Yet to get mending, or rather to get it efficiently, you must embark on a massive slave labor campaign. This is totally ridiculous, obviously, and it contradicts the, of course, performative friendliness and wholesomeness that the game tries to project. Its performative environmentalism is another example. You are incentivized to mass farm animals in a way that makes factory farming look merciful, especially because killing cows results in them responding at a much slower rate later on. And Mojang's response is, of course, to not make frogs be able to eat fireflies for some reason, and make the new mobs not have any drops, utter annoyances to the player that perhaps cast more aspersions on environmentalism than they resolve. Then there's the end, which of course has the persistent problem that it also isn't challenging to the player, and also fails to take advantage of the height that Minecraft worlds naturally have. The Nether is at least more developed, but the biome-dependent nature of its features is very interesting. For instance, wood tools are sometimes better if you cannot locate deep slate, as it adds a certain level of interesting progression. In this, however, it also casts aspersions onto the rest of the game's progression. That's right, the game has a more functional progression if you simply start in the secondary dimension of the Nether than if you start in the overworld. Even here, the threats are more varied, such as the brutes, even if the basic problem of blocks not being breakable by mobs and the like remains. Now, of course, this is not to say there's no solution. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're probably very familiar with modern Minecraft, and every single issue I mentioned can either be overridden or stopped entirely. There's of course games like Vintage Story, which attempt to tackle the issue of progression by finding that a lot of these options, and this is one of the main points I made here, still have the ultimate problem that there is no real threat to you. There is, however, some options which do try to pose a legitimate threat. The Epic Siege mod is a mod which tries to make the game into a more PvE-focused experience, but the ones that take the cake have to be PvP servers. No mob, no enemy can properly adapt to the numerous annoyances that a player brings forth, except for, of course, another player. Obviously, I would say that Warfactory is the greatest example of something that will do this right. I have some knowledge of the development process, I know what's planned, and it'll probably be the best one made yet. This is not even just restricted to Warfactory. Any war server can do this, it's just that many of these war servers fall into their own pitfalls. In any case, when Warfactory releases in a couple years or decades or months, whenever it releases, we will have a true solution. And until then, just play modded.
Hello, Norwood here. Sorry for this kind of a random ass video. We just wanted to get something out. Or really just my friend approached me and wanted to make a video with me, so I couldn't deny him, you know. There's some more videos in the works in the background. As well as Warfactory, we are still moving forward. Actually, if you paid attention to the GitHub page, you might have noticed there's a lot of movement happening. I wonder what that could be for. I'm not revealing anything yet. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you'll figure it out. Hopefully. And yeah. See you in a few months.